Come on, Bitcoin.
Sheldon.
Please.
Sheldon. Just tell me something. What's with this cheesy YouTube tile? This Lamborghini or McDonald's? So what, just like walk me through what your thinking was here around this Lamborghini or McDonald's.
Well. We have two indication lines. One that's going to show that we're going back to McDonald's levels, and one that can show we can finally start looking at Lamborghinis again and start to excite us. So indicating on this top line over here, we break that one, then we can start going here. We can start having a look here, start customizing, start checking which one looks really cool. Or we break the bottom line and, we continue the downward cycle. And, I actually got a nice referral link. I think it'll be in the description below. Anyone from the community is looking for a little bit of help, just so we can keep getting the funding, because I don't want to sell my Bitcoin. I don't want to sell any of my coins.
You know what? Do me a favor. Put your money where your mouth is and put a McDonald's referral link in the description here for the YouTube video. I dare you.
Okay. No problem.
Do it. All right, so today is a big turning point. In fact, let's get a little bit serious. I mean, we can't be a very serious show, but there is a little bit of a turning point. There is a little bit of a turning point for Bitcoin, and it is coming to a point where Bitcoin actually has to make a decision, probably in the next day or two. And let's talk today about whether that decision can be up or can be down, because I think that today is actually, we're getting close to crunch time. And you know what? If you look at the US stock market, which I will show you over here, you can see that they've had 1, 2, 3, 4 very good days in a row, and it looks like if you look at the futures are up now again. I mean, the market was down 10%. The market was down 10%, sorry, 20% in the beginning of the year, and now the market's back up, and I think the market's up about. Let's have a look at this. So the market is up 11%. 12%. The market's up 12% from the lows. So lots to talk about. While the music's on, maybe we must put the McDonald's referral link and the Lamborghini referral link in the description. Let's do that.
I think that's fantastic. James?
All right, let's do this.
You know what to do.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Come on, brother. We gotta get the energy up. Like it feels like
I want to see something. Wait. I want to see something. I want to see if you're a real Degen, or if you're a real man of your word, or not.
We're busy with it. We're busy with it.
Hold on. No, I want to see. Or if you're a real man. Okay, wait. Let's see. I want to see. Still no referral link. I don't see.
I'm busy scrolling. It takes a second. It doesn't look like Lamborghini actually gives referral links.
I want to see a referral link for McDonald's, and I want to see a referral link for Lamborghini. Yeah, because it's one
like
or the
a
other.
Functioning one, or just my Bitcoin wallet addresses.
No. I want to see the link to Lamborghini and McDonald's. Of course, I want to see that. All right, let's get into this, Sheldino. Well, first of all, let's welcome the people to our channel. So, welcome to our channel. Welcome to Crypto Banter. I'm Crypto Man Run. You've got Sheldino Tentino sitting right over there in the other studio. And together we bring you crypto love and crypto wisdom. And even in this, I don't want to call this I'm not going to call this a bear market because it's much more of a bore market. It is so fucking boring and depressing on the market. Okay, it is so boring and it is so depressing on the market. Every time we think there's going to be like a breakout, like yesterday, I genuinely thought, okay, there's going to be a breakout. We were rooting for it. I thought we were going to go up to 39, and then like
we did it.
It died again. Then it died again.
And then But it's fine. This is where, like, at least we know, we are crunching so close to the end of that now. A bigger move has to come at some point, and then obviously the news can come after that. We can't lose focus, right? I think we need to start leading by example then, start picking up the damn energy in this place. I'm tired of seeing it.
I mean, look, we are constantly buying and buying and buying, but I mean, eventually we're going to run out of cash. I mean, eventually I'm going to run out of cash. I can't just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. I'm going to run out of cash eventually.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Have you shifted your portfolio? Have you put it all in the right place?
I'm not holding any more shit in my portfolio. I made a couple of purchases yesterday, and yeah, someone says Veda is very cheap. I actually noticed that just before the show. I wonder if anything's happened there. I mean, I haven't heard of anything that's happened there, but otherwise it sounds like super cheap. I mean, maybe you know something we don't know about Veda. Otherwise, probably sounds very, very, very cheap to buy.
Yeah, it does sound very, very cheap. So I think just before we get into the charts, right, I think let's just get everyone, get onto our damn website. Make sure you're following all of our tools. To anyone that's in, make sure you're on our Twitters, make sure you're on your Instagrams, make sure you're on our TikToks. Make sure you're following this beautiful tool. Ryan, come on, you got to blow a bit under your horn of how beautiful this website is and the amount of information that's actually out
happening.
here.
That's all happening.
The amount of people you've put into this, and then the amount of free education that's out there through this. I think it's going to be one of the most powerful websites out there.
I haven't read the morning report, which I see is now out. ETH Lift-Off. I don't know who wrote the morning report, but the last time I looked at ETH, there was no lift-off. Let's look.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen is
Did I miss an ETH lift-off?
Like 20% in the last month.
Hold on, wait. Let's just see something. Did I miss something? Did I miss an ETH lift-off? Where's that lift-off that they're talking about? Where's the lift-off they spoke about? It's down.
I suppose you're going to have to read the article,
Yeah, let me read this article quickly. Bitcoin is failing to break 39. That's correct. The right is correct. Let's dive in. Correction or bear market is the bottom in. Alt season in the morning. We're making whales buying Bitcoin and meme coins. Whales buying meme coins. Whales are buying meme coins? Just in a whale purchased $1 million worth of sheep. They should call it dumb whales. It's not about whales, it's dumb whales buying sheep. Okay, let's see. Correction or bear market? Yeah, that's tech dev. We know that, yes. Yeah, okay. There's a good. ETH looks parabolic. Oh, ETH looks parabolic against BTC. You see, that is true. Okay, there's a lot going on the website. If you're not on the website, go to the website. Sign in with Twitter. It feels and looks like Twitter, you see? Feels and looks like Twitter, you see that? And it just gives you like this Twitter type experience. I want to see what Chingari is doing, because Chingari actually was one of my tokens that I thought would do pretty well when the India ban, it wasn't really an India ban. Yeah, it's up again. So Chingari, good. Much honor to Chingari.
Yeah, and I think if Bitcoin breaks a beautiful line, I think it will do very well. I think everyone's still in that uncertainty phase where we're sitting right now, but at least we know we're getting to a really critical stage. We're either going back to test the lows again. One thing that is great, I don't know if you want to jump in here, cool. So we're obviously getting to the really big sort of crunch time. Let's go here, there we go. of where we're going to actually make a decision in the market now. We could see that dominance, that was obviously a really great indicator for us the last few days, is, dominance started to break trend to the downward side. So we're not getting massive movement from alts just yet, but it's showing that, we get a positive break from Bitcoin. Alts are going to really have a strong catch up. And if we get a breakdown in Bitcoin, alts are going to hold better than what they did the previous time. And we can look at a higher low coming in from the alts, even if Bitcoin does make a lower low at any single of these sort of points. Now, the reason why I'm saying that we get into that sort of crunch time is because RSIs are getting very overbought now. Like they're getting to that point now that this is where Bitcoin now has to rally. Like this is the stage.
Hold on, slow down. You're saying RSIs are getting overbought. The other day, like 2 days ago, we were talking about RSIs being at the lowest point that they've been in a long time, and we were expecting the RSIs to flip, right?
Yeah. And that's the normal standard RSI. So much higher time frame. We know we're in a very oversold position. That's great. I'm talking now the next week or the next 7 days. Can we continue to have this very boringness of us sitting in this range over here? Or are we going to go test, down to the 35K, 34K again, and then start to, are we finally going to destroy this little downwards trend over here? And the reason why I'm just saying that now is, we're getting, like, look how many days. There is green candles. We can't say that they're not. They're not really strong candles, though. They're not like massive bullish candles, though. And that's where we're at that point now where we've had consecutive green days in a row for Bitcoin. We're still 25% up from the previous lows that have made. But we're still not very safe in that point where we haven't reclaimed any higher high in play. We haven't broken the main daily trend. We haven't broken any of those things. So now we're at that point where the stochastic is not as, it's a lot more simpler than the normal RSI, but it is good showing that, whenever we get to these higher sort of points, same over here, a little bit of growth. We never really got the strong momentum we wanted. And we could see we had another leg down. So it's showing us that we're getting to a zone where leg down is to come. Is the high interest yet? That's where this wedge is going to now give us that key indication. But this is where, I'm seeing now in the next day or in the next, 48 hours or even in the next 24 hours that, if Bitcoin is going to reclaim now and we're going to break this trend, we need to rally. We need to rally quick. We need to rally to a zone where we get Bitcoin back to 44K to 46,000. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because there's there's a lot of selling pressure sitting between 39 to 40,000. There's a lot of shorts that are sitting in that zone. There's so much sitting in that area. And then there's not a lot of walls sitting between 40 and 46. So what it means by that is that's why we keep going to 39 right now and to the late thing. And we keep just hitting and getting sold off and hitting and getting sold off. One thing I do like about it, though, is we are actually hitting it, which is good. If you finally get to a point where you hit a wall too many times, eventually you can break through that wall, right? So that's good. The only thing is we do also have the trend that we've been moving in the upward side, and that's our alarm bell to say that, the bulls now are tired. Are not tired, but they're tired of the bears holding these levels now. The bears are trying. This is like their last saving grace now where, this is the level where the shorts, the guys that are shorts, and like this is where they want the market to go down now. And we break through this critical level now. We can look at a short squeeze. We can see there's not a lot of selling pressure between 40K and 44 to 46,000. So if we break through the 40,000 properly, we finally break this long downwards trend. And it's something that I showed the guys this morning over here, that this is a long trend. This is a really long and a very good We close. And then I look at Gareth Soloway. Gareth Soloway says, notice the trouble Bitcoin is having breaking 39,000. This chart shows you exactly why. It's epic resistance. However, if it can break above, Bitcoin is likely to go from 40 to around 44 to 46,000. So Gareth Soloway is seeing the same thing. Resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance. It needs to break that resistance, right? Exactly. Now, we're very much similar to the region. We just add in here. There we go. Very much to the similar region of, okay, this was a shorter period of downward sort of cycle. But I want to show that when we get to that point where we keep hitting, getting rejected, and finally breaking a long downward sort of trend, people sort of forget on what can happen in a very short amount of time. You sort of look on a very long cycle trend. This is just what Bitcoin's done previously. You can see what can really happen when you start to break a strong downward trend to the downward side. So for me, we get into a really critical crunch time that, yes, we break the bottom line, we go test it, like really, is that going to really hurt us much more? It sucks, but we've already been through 50% down in this market, and we know testing lows anything. But if the market all of a sudden wakes them up, and tomorrow or in 2-3 days we look again and Bitcoin's sitting at 48K, you know, we don't want to miss any of those. And these are the crunch times on where that actually happens. So for me, you know, I'm looking at it very much as the support of us holding 37K right now. That's the sort of support. If we don't hold to 37, you know, 35, 34 can be tested. The difference is looking at the dominance. The dominance is showing quite a bit of weakness. It broke a really big trend. We've got the stochastic making its way down. So it's showing the dominance is very much in Bitcoin's, in the alts favor right now. And even if there is a little pullback again in the market, the alts will be holding levels better. They won't be making lower lows, which means, you know, the last time we had that was in the area over here, you know, where Bitcoin first rallied up. Yeah, Bitcoin grew 50%, right? Bitcoin's only grown 25% now or anything. Then we had the break. Once we had the break, we had a pullback in the market, but then we continued, and you can see how ever since we had that little break of dominance after a big dump or anything like that happened previously, was when we were near the end of that downwards trend, and we then started the bullish trend again and the new trends of the upward side. So this little indication here is happening again on a smaller frame now, and reason being is I am seeing this next strong leg up. When it may be now, it may be, you know, in the next few weeks, but I am seeing, you know, dominance break its way into the 30%. I definitely think that, you know, we're not in the same ball game of where we were previously. So I think it's very important. I think we're at a very critical stage now. And I think a breakout is going to be a really big sign for the alts. I think the alts are going to hit a massive catch up. And what I was saying,
let's look at the NASDAQ chart, the US Tech 100. I think the symbol is US Tech.
There we go.
Let's look at how that's doing, because I mean, Bitcoin's been following that. So then you had the breakdown of the trend. You ask me, it looks like it's really going back for a retest. It's almost like, you know, you always taught me when we break trend, what we'll do is we'll break downwards, and then there's going to just be a retest, and then down we go.
Exactly. So this is a critical level, definitely. Definitely. You know what I mean? It is a point where we smash the lower low, we're testing the zone. So there can be some sort of little pullback at this point. Definitely. Now I look at that, and this is where the sort of confusion part comes in, is US 30 is back in trend. Dow Jones back in trend.
No, but there's no confusion there, because the confusion is that the market is saying growth stocks, internet stocks, growth stocks. Those are the ones that have had like the biggest corrections. I just want to show you, give you perspective. Go and look at the Peloton chart. So get the chart of Peloton.
What is the ticker? What is the?
Just search Peloton. It should come up one of the first. Peloton.
PEO.
And there we go. I think it's it's PTON. PTON is a symbol. Sorry, PTON.
PTON.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Just click on that chart. Let's have a look at that chart.
Ooh, what's this thing, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you see, this is when you talk about the tech stocks. This is what the tech stocks look like. Look at so that's Peloton. Look at things like Netflix.
Yeah. I know Netflix did fake. Is it this one here? Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we saying? We're saying that you're asking why the US 30 is in trend and why the US Tech 100 is out of trend. People are taking their money out of these high growth stocks, the tech stocks, and they're putting their money more into the safer industrial type stocks, the stocks in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And that's what's going on now. So there's a sell-off in tech. Now, Bitcoin is being priced as a tech stock. So to me, I'm looking at that NASDAQ chart, the one that you showed me earlier, and I'm saying, hold on, we need this NASDAQ to break through the trend. And if the NASDAQ doesn't break through the trend, we're going to have a big problem. We could see that NASDAQ coming back, testing the trend and going back down.
Yeah. Now, what do you think could come again to obviously drop the NASDAQ again? You know, well, what sort of news is the
fears of rate hikes? Fears of rate hikes. Sensitive investors to fears of rate hikes, just as one example.
I agree 100%. And I think, you know, that's where our little indication is going to give us that. You know what I mean? The breakthrough at the top, The only thing is, like, I feel, you know, the US and the Dow have recovered, you know, quite nicely, and Bitcoin's recovered, but not in the extent of what it's come down. Like, we've been in such a long downtrend. You know, who knows? We don't know what news is going to come out tomorrow. We don't know what's going to come out at the end of the week. It's why I love charting. It's why I love TA very much, because I got a rule system. If it does what it does, and I'll know what to do sort of next. So I just know we get into a really big crunch time now. So this is where the point where I am not looking to buy and to ape into things right now, because we're at the edge, the end of the wedge right now. I am interested if we do break that 40K and we have that thing, then I'm definitely interested again. And all that this does for me again is that then, you know, it just tells me again to be updating stop losses. Like, you know what I mean? So a portion of my portfolio is going to run some sort of stop losses now. We get into an easy little crunch time now. It can either break down again and we can have another 20% correction in the market again. You know, or we pump straight up. But at least we're starting to teach the people and to understand that when we get to these crunch time points, crunching up on those stop losses, we have to go in one direction. We got to break that 39K and that 40K. Bitcoin has to do it now. If we're going to have a bullish thing, or we're going to get out of this damn bear leg and this bear cycle we've been in, now's the time. This is the time that we have to be breaking out. I want to finally shave my beard. I want a happy RAN again. I want a happy office again. I want a happy community again. So this is what we basically we need to you know, need to sort of happen. So looking at that, you know, Bitcoin, we break through that level. We can see very much Ethereum's on that level too. Bitcoin breaks 40K. You know, we're looking at a strong acceleration to 46. You know, we're looking at an ETH strong push to 31, 3,200, anywhere those zones. You know, we're looking at Solana, you know, making its way, because if we look at this little downward trend here, you know, Solana's right on the trend right now. We're looking at Solana making its way to $140 to $160. So you can see this big gap that we are sitting with all of these right now. Is that if we break through this key level that we're at right now, we're going to get a very strong acceleration in the market, and we can be looking at a 20-30% gain in the market. And if I show you here on the total 2, on where we're sitting, it's the same region over here. Let's go to the thing. There we go. The total. If we look at the total 2, the total market cap, same thing. We break through that 42K level now, we can see a very strong acceleration that takes us back to the 2 to 2.2 trillion. There's another $500 billion into the market. So it's just giving us a good indication that we're at a critical stage, brother. Like, we're at that point now that this is where we need the market to wake up. And if it does wake up, what's going to give us an indication that it is? How do we act on it, and what do we do? So for me, I'm crunching up on a bit of stop losses right now. I'm moving everything up in case there is another 20-30% down. And if it is, then we do break that 40K region. You know, what are we looking at? Where can we be adding in? What is cheap and what is looking good? So that's where I was saying where Solana is one of them I'd definitely be interested in. You know, Cardano is one I'd definitely interesting. I've been saying it, you know, investment-wise, Cardano, like, still great. DOT, same thing. I spoke about this yesterday, and DOT's looking bullish. You know, look at the way the market's sitting now, and we've just broken out of this flag from DOT now, and the next resistances are sitting in the region, you know, of 20, 30, 40% away. So DOT is showing tremendous strength right now. Bitcoin breaks at 42. Now, DOT's going to be one that really moves up quickly. Look at this long downward cycle here. Very easy for DOTs to easily go test these over here, as well as going and testing any of these range points over here. So DOT's going to be one that can really accelerate quickly. One that excites me right now, and that's looking really good now, is MATIC. MATIC is breaking and showing a lot of good strength right now. It is breaking out. We already got a bullish 4-hour engulfing here. So this is giving me a really good indication that MATIC is one of my favorite for today. That MATIC, you know, Bitcoin has that breakout. I'm sort of leaning. I don't know how you're feeling. Are you bearish or bullish, Ram? I know you're neutral.
I'm bullish. I'm bullish as fuck.
I have that little thing. All that I know is if it is not bullish, you know, stop losses need to be up there just in case. But
I'm cautiously bullish. When I say I'm cautiously bullish, I'm deploying money into the right things only. If I was full bull, then I'd be deploying money into lots of small cap tokens. But I haven't deployed a lot of money into small caps. I've mainly deployed my money into quality stuff that I think would survive a long. If we were to land up in a long-term bear market, then I mean that's the only I need stuff that's going to survive it. I very, very rarely put some money into small caps. I put some money into Vader, which to me is a mid cap. That was one of the smaller caps that I put money into. I'm just looking through the portfolio. Is there anything else that I bought recently?
So small caps for me, I don't know if I'm into, like, I'd rather wait for Bitcoin push here, test, then I'm interested in small caps. For me, yet, I don't think I'm going to go there yet.
There's some small caps, though, that you think are really good, and you think you know more than the market, and you can take really small positions in them. Like, so, I mean, look, so before I say this, because I'm scared to get the community to think that we know why we're shitting small caps. We're not shitting small caps. Right now, you should be going into the big caps, the safe plays, the fundamental plays, and you shouldn't be touching the small caps, because the small caps are getting killed. They're getting obliterated. They're getting murdered. But every now and then, there's a small cap where you say to yourself, you know what, this is a small cap, but it's actually worth buying. So I'll give you one example. Okay, so
Moonriver, I can't believe it.
Yeah, Moonriver, $78. Yeah, I mean, you know what? So here's a good example. Moonriver is a layer 1, which has a market cap of under $1 billion. Okay, it's got an 802 fully diluted market cap. Fully diluted market cap. Which other layer 1 has that? Now, let's quickly talk about why Moonriver. So Moonriver is the same as Moonbeam. Moonbeam is built on Polkadot. Moonriver is built on Kusama. So let's quickly call up Moonbeam and Moonriver. So Moonbeam has a fully diluted valuation of $5 billion. Okay, because the total supply is $1 billion. It's got a $5.5 billion fully diluted valuation. Moonriver has a fully diluted valuation of 802,000. One is built on Kusama, one is built on Polkadot. It's exactly the same protocol. One is built on Kusama, one is built on Polkadot. If you believe in Kusama, then Moonriver may be very, very, very cheap. Let me give another example of something that I think is like stupidly cheap at the moment. I'm not telling anyone to buy it, because for me to tell anyone to buy low caps now could be seen as negligent, but there are tokens like, for example, Tornado Cash. Now, let's talk about Tornado Cash. Right now, there's nothing quite that functions like Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash is a privacy protocol. Basically, if you want to pay someone and you don't want to reveal your ETH address, you pay them using Tornado Cash. You send Ethereum into Tornado Cash. It mixes the Ethereum, so mix. And then when it pours it out, no one knows which Ethereum it was. Okay? Tornado Cash is trading at $22 on a fully diluted market cap of $200 million. It's one of my fundamental plays. Now, I know I've been talking about it for a while, but one day when the narrative of privacy actually hits this market, Tornado Cash is going to go up. This is the token that was at $400. Tornado Cash is going to go up at some point. It's at an all-time low, more or less. I mean, the all-time low was, I think, $19 or $18. Like, to me, that's one that I can be buying quite a bit. I don't know if it's going to run this week. I don't know if it's going to go to $15 before it goes to $150. But I do know that fundamentally, this is amazing. Fundamentally, this is amazing. That's another one of these that I've been buying. A smaller cap that I've actually been buying. So, you know, this is not it is risky, but I'm doing it because I really believe in the privacy narrative, and so I'm buying, and so I'll end up buying those kind of small caps. So I'm avoiding small caps at most costs, but ultimately there are one or two small caps that I do land up buying because I just think that at these levels they're too cheap. Moonriver. I mean, sorry, Moonriver. Yeah, Moonriver. It's too cheap. It's just, I look at it, I'm going like, hold on a second. Under $1 billion for a layer 1, even if it's not the most successful layer 1 in the world, under $1 billion for layer 1 ETH type technology, I don't know. It's cheap for me.
I agree, 100%.
Secret network, another one. I believe in the privacy narrative. I think the market will catch onto the privacy narrative at some point. When they do, you got a layer 1, fully diluted layer 1 protocol in secret protocol. I think that the fully diluted is $1 billion. It's the only one. It's the only real. If you want to build anonymous secret transactions, That's one of them. I mean, those are the ones that I've been looking at. Yeah, I'm scared to be too irresponsible. I have been looking at this baby over here, Victoria VR. I know Dell partnered with Victoria VR. The reason why I'm looking at it is because it's scraping its all-time lows. And I'm kind of going, hold on a second. If this thing touches all-time lows again, I think I might actually be taking a nibble. I might actually take a nibble. So if you want to buy right now, you should be going into the big caps. You should be going into things like here's another one for you, ThorChain. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
ThorChain, RUNE.
Absolute bargain. One I was looking at, Bitcoin breaks the thing today. Definitely, I know we've spoken about it lots, but Luna, I think it's going to it's going to catch up quite quickly. Not to say it's going to come fully out of the downtrend yet, but I think there's a lot going on there. Another one which is showing a lot of strength right now is Rose. Rose is completely, starting to break out. What's happening?
James.
He's laughing, yeah.
Nice one, brother. Good one.
Okay, you want to play that game? See how much chili's in your food later on.
It's coming for you, bro. So one that's showing strength, guys. I would like to catch a little bit on the retest, but it looks like, what I mean by that is between 33 and 34 cents, but Rose. So Rose is showing a lot of strength right now. And what I like about it is we've just come on, obviously, the heavy down trail. But now we went through a little accumulation side phase here, but now we have broken out fully there. And we're starting to get some really positive volume bars coming through, even though Bitcoin's sitting at this sort of indecisive level. So I think Rose is one as well. If Bitcoin breaks that 40K region, I really think this is going to move quite quickly to the upward side. So I think we've got a good selection of alts. I was looking at even Render. It's done a lot. Not to say I'll buy it right now, but
don't touch it. I love the token, but you're buying it after it's done 150%.
I agree. So this is what I'm saying though. I'm saying if Bitcoin breaks the 40, you can look at Render easy going here. Coming back, that's where we'll buy and that's where we'll capitalize. But Render's definitely on the radar. Not a buy right now, but definitely on the retest. I think there's going to be so many beautiful retest buys. If Bitcoin does break that 40K, we have that rally, comeback test, confirmation, finally out of this long downward cycle. Yeah. And then we can finally breathe again. I'll see Rand happy in the morning. I'll see Jimmy happy in the morning. And life will just be a great place again.
I must say, one of my, I'm reading a message now. One of my friends sent me a message. I want to read it to you verbatim. Man, my MetaMask was hacked. They stole everything from me. I'm so hurt. I'm like, dude, how the hell did they get hold of your keys? He says, I'm still trying to figure it out. I listed all my NFTs below a floor, then transferred all the ETH and WETH, blah, blah. I'm so hurt. Fraud is crazy. I mean, this is a friend of mine who had a lot of cash in his MetaMask and gone. I guess one of the big lessons is stay safe out there. Make sure that you guys are safe out there. I mean, the last thing that you want is to be losing your crypto to hacks and stuff like that. Make sure you're taking all the precautions. I mean, I know how much money this guy had in his wallet. You keep your keys safe. Never give your words to anyone. Apply all the security measures that you can because it's crazy out there.
Create them as well, Ran. Maybe have a few different wallets as well. Do you think it's
so I mean, look, this guy probably had $2-3 million in his wallet in terms of total crypto exposure, and it was wiped. And look, I don't know what happened. He did say something. I actually want to read it to you. And I'm reading this to you just so that you know what to look out for. He said something. He said, I said to you, where did you keep your words? He said, I had the words split up in 2 different safes. But I had an issue logging in, so I had to reset password, and it asked for words. I think that may have been a virus. I don't know. You see, so maybe he logged on to a suspicious website, and and it said, we're having problems logging into your MetaMask. Please re-enter your words. He didn't check the address in the top to make sure it's MetaMask's real address. I mean, you got to do that. Listen, another thing is, and I see now that the guys have put up the channel sponsor, NordVPN. They are a channel sponsor, but if you're in crypto, you must be using a VPN. You've got to be using a VPN because the VPN hides your actual IP address. So it means that if hackers are trying to track you down, or if hackers are trying to get into your computer, or if hackers are trying to put a virus into your computer, they don't know where you are. They don't know where you are. It's very hard for them to hack into your computer if they don't know the real IP address of your computer. So, like for me, it's the first thing you got to do when you log into your computer. You put on the VPN, so no hacker, no malicious actor can actually log into where you are, not even know where you live, which city you live in, etc., etc. They are one of our social sponsors. There is a referral link below somewhere if you want to use it. It's like $5 a month or whatever. But do everything that you can to remain safe. Do everything that you can to remain safe. This guy says Ledger keeps you safe. I agree. Use a hardware wallet, keep you safe, but don't be negligent. Your hardware wallet, if someone knows the numbers for your hardware wallet, well, then your money's gone. Be careful. Don't leave your numbers in your hardware wallet in the same place. The last thing that you want is to be losing it. And I think, when a friend of mine, that's someone who's so close to me, loses things like $2 million or whatever, I don't know the exact number, I'm guessing because I know how much crypto he had, then you start thinking to yourself, hold on a second, have I actually done everything that I can do to be safe? Do I use a hardware wallet? Do I leave as little money on exchanges as possible? Do I use VPNs to make sure that no one can hack me or track me as another level of security? Even when you write down your words. So when you write down your words, write them down in 2 different sets or 3 different sets, and give each of the 3 different sets to different people. So for the words to come together, if someone does find out where you write your words, then at least you need both sets. Another good example, which by the way I heard another day, which was fantastic, is there was a guy who remembered all 12 or 24 of his words. He wrote them all down and hid them, but he only wrote down 23 words, and he removed either the first word or the last word, and he memorized the first word or the last word. Now that's another defense mechanism. So, hey, write down your words, hide your words, but the last word, memorize. You can always memorize one word. Like you can always say like the word basket, that's the last word. That you can memorize. You don't have to be a genius to do that. Even I can memorize one word.
I think it's just another reminder. I don't know about this, but Coti looks like one. If Bitcoin breaks 40K, I think Coti is going to have a good rally too. I think it's.
Hold on, there's news on Coti. So yesterday they launched the Coti Treasury, which I think is actually. Let me quickly just find it because I read this yesterday. Wasn't planning on talking about it on the show, but probably worth talking about. They launched Coti Treasury yesterday. Coti Treasury, I think, is the first step towards the JED stablecoin, because remember that they're doing the stablecoin for Cardano. So a new era for Coti has just begun. The launch of the new Coti Treasury is live. It's successful launch. You can deposit any amount you wish into the Coti Treasury and earn Coti rewards. The APY is I think 200% or up to 200%. The Treasury has new upgraded features compared to the previous staking point 3.0 multiplier. The Treasury binds everything that we do at Coti into one coherent system. Our commitment is to continue to grow the ecosystem in terms of service, volume, and partnerships to enable lucrative rewards for users. So probably worth having a look at if you do hold Coti. Remember, Coti is launching JED as well, which is the algorithmic stablecoin on Cardano. So again, probably worth looking at. I would have expected that to move the Coti price up. It hasn't because the market's gone down. But if you're saying a breakout's imminent,
Bitcoin is. But if Bitcoin breaks out, I think it's forming a beautiful 4-hour flag here, and it can look at a really strong rally. One more, the last one before I do want to show everyone something quick, is NEAR. NEAR protocol looks like it's starting to break trend now. And it's looking like it's showing really, really good strength. So same thing, Bitcoin breaks that level. This one I love because it's come on a such downward sort of trend. So, anywhere tests in these zones here, they're very high percentages. So I think this one's really great as well. Remember, guys, CoinPanel. If we break out of this Bitcoin wedge down stuff, you need to, if you want to be active, you want to be in and out, You know, CoinPanel can be great for you. And just remember, I think there's been a lot of confusion here as well with this. Guys, we've created very different watch lists for everyone. So make sure you're looking at the right thing. If you're an investor, you got an investment watch list. If you are the trader, you got a trader's watch list. You know, you got the chart of the day. You got the standard. So just make sure you're not using the old watch list. Make sure you are loaded up on the investments, the chart. Guys, they all there. These charts have not stopped for the last 2-3 months. They are updated every single day on all different aspects. If it's trading ones, your stop losses, everything is updated. And if it's investment wise, we have gone through so many tokens. You know, if we look at the investment one alone, you know, just jump on here. These are all investment ones that we have set up now in the last month or two. If you have a look at the trading one, you could see it's a complete different list, but it's all the different ones that are set up for you guys there as well. So remember, this is a tool for you guys. It's a way for us to communicate, and it's super, super powerful. So don't think if it's not up now and then on the show and stuff, guys, that thing is always running. And that's, you know, all the updates are there to help you guys. And especially we have a massive breakout of the market. You don't want to miss out on the tool to help you.
Yo, Sheldon, I've got an idea for tomorrow, to do a show tomorrow with me and you, and actually bring in the community members to join the show. So actually drop a link and let community members drop and just join the show, ask questions, have some fun with us. What do you think?
Let's do it.
What do you guys think in the comments? Let us know. Would you guys actually come on the show? Would you guys actually switch on your webcams and come on the show, or maybe come on as avatars and chat to us and maybe have some questions? Would you do that? Let us know. If you would, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should bring the community into the show with us.
Yeah, because I feel it's really good for us as well. It's good to get their insights there. You know what I mean? It's really good to get feedback.
So, I mean, you guys are all saying, yeah, bring in Hustle as well. Brilliant. But would you guys actually come in and come in with cameras, or would it just be avatars? What would it be? What would it be?
That's it. Yes.
I think we should try it. I think we should try it. Nothing to lose. Let's do it. Let's try it.
Great idea.
Hell yeah.
Cool,
Hell yeah. See you guys later. 2 hours from now, we will see you. We're going to be talking about selling your crypto. That's what we're going to talk. Yeah, we're going to be talking about selling your crypto. No, I'm going to talk about selling your crypto. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. I'll be watching.
All right. You'll see. I'm talking about selling your crypto.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
See you guys later.
Much love, Banter fam.
We must do it. We must do that show tomorrow. I think we'll let the community just hop on the StreamYard.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, just like bring in